Hello and welcome to another Franchise Hockey Manager 2 stream. My name is Adam. I am the community manager of Franchise Hockey. With me as always is Jeff, our producer. Say hello, Jeff.
Hello, Jeff.
And we are playing as the 2016-2017 Winnipeg Jets. We are currently...
Surprisingly well.
Yes, through 61 games, we have 84 points. As we can see over here, we are in first place in the entire league with the Blues and Coyotes chopping right at our bit. We are just prior to the trade deadline. We are 41-18-2. And so we are looking at making a trade. As I was discussing
Yeah, we've got
Jeff,
about, I think we've got a pretty big, pretty busy week coming up. I think 5 games in the next week and most of them on the road. So we'll see if we hold on top of the league after that. But yeah, like we were saying, 3 weeks to the trading deadline, so time to start looking for a defenseman for the playoffs.
well, if you remember correctly, we 2 weeks ago when we did our last future stream, we had a crushing defeat versus the Toronto Maple Leafs. So we clearly need to have a few.
We're not going to mention that.
And so we're looking at a defensive upgrade. We have acquired a lot of draft picks, so we're hoping to turn some of those draft picks into something. And so,
Yeah, if nothing else, we picked up a few of those last year, just trying to, build for the future. And as it turns out, the future's right now, so we can hopefully turn those into maybe now either a loaner for the stretch run or somebody that'll stay a little longer.
yeah, we can see here Kyle Connor, who was the Jets' first-round draft pick this previous year, the 2015 draft, first-round pick, has jumped to the NHL and through 61 games has 4 goals and 18 assists. Not the best we were hoping for, but he's coming along. Our first overall pick that we got because we were so bad, Austin Matthews, through 61 games has 15 goals and 21 assists for 36 points. So we're not doing too bad there either. But Jeff, we're looking for a defenseman. Do you have your eye on somebody? I think we should take a look.
Well, I think, yeah, like we said right as we started up, Mark Stahl is in Vancouver now. He got traded there. He's on a 3.5 stars, but fairly solid two-way guy. His contract is a little side, so that may drag his value down a bit. And it may be a guy that kind of fits into our style of play if that's something we want to try. Or you can, there's a few other options out there if we want to look at somebody. I think we're in fairly good cap shape right now and budget shape.
Tons of cap.
So we've got a little bit of money to play with.
Yeah. Just go back.
So what we could do is pick up a contract that's maybe not that great, and since that's going to drag the guy's trade value down a little bit, may make it a little easier for us to make that trade.
Yeah. So our team salary cap is $87,641,055. Our current salary is $57,036,499. So we have lots of cap room here.
Yeah, definitely.
So let's take a look at Mark Stahl then, see what we can do. Good Thunder Bay boy. And we'll just make a trade-off.
Almost a local boy.
Almost. Close enough. So, wondering what we could get. Let's just look at draft picks and see if they would do a draft pick trade. Because I'm always curious. If we could maybe save Enstrom for a future somewhere. Might not be a bad thing. So let's put
it wouldn't be too optimistic about it, but you never know.
So I threw out Winnipeg's 4th round pick because I have Montreal's 4th round pick, and I feel like we're going to do better than Montreal's, so... And I'll throw out a 5th round pick. But I'm not getting any response saying that they think. So it says they have a weakness in goaltenders.
So so do we really. I don't think we're...
No,
unless we want to commit to one of our 2 goalies, because we've kind of gone with the 2 goalie system this year.
Yeah. We have Eric Comrie, who's...
really go all in.
Hanging back a bit. Who is... Oh, okay. I forgot I drafted another goalie last year. They do not seem like they want to accept that offer, shockingly. Well, what if I threw them a defenseman? Such as... like Ryan Lindgren, left-handed defenseman, currently playing in the WHL.
Yeah, I don't know if that's going to be good enough to really move them at all. Although, no, 4-star potential. Yeah, they might go for that.
Offering a 4th and a 5th, and our scouts freaking out saying we're offering way too much.
Okay, so maybe trim that back a little bit.
Yeah, okay, so let's see. If I get rid of the 5th round pick, he says I'm sure they will get that offer, so I'm going to take both picks off. And he says I'm sure they'll accept both that offer. So I'm thinking maybe I should hold on to this guy if my scout's freaking out that much. And wondering if there's somebody else.
Yeah, I mean, 4 stars, that's a guy that's going to play for you down the road. You got some decent, he's actually, I think, pretty much our best defensive prospect right now, isn't he? You can check the depth chart to make sure. But
there's a right-handed defenseman named Dylan Colin, who looks like he might be more amiable, that we could maybe move it with a draft pick. Let's see. Adding a 4th round pick, and they will definitely take this offer. Let's add a 7th. Nope. 5th. If I send Dylan Colin? C-O-G-H-A...
Colin? Yeah, I'm not sure.
Not sure how to say that name quite correct. I can probably make that trade. What do you think about that? So, that defenseman and a 5th rounder.
Yeah, I mean, basically you're taking on salary from the Canucks. Canucks are terrible this year, so they get a decent prospect. And yeah, probably nothing big, but doesn't hurt. I mean, you're not really giving up anything off the team immediately. That gives you some depth. You don't lose Enstrom. Maybe we get an offer for an Enstrom closer to the trading deadline and do something with them. But, you know, we're covered for injuries now for the playoffs. Hopefully, that seems like a good deal to me.
So this guy was a draft pick of ours this past summer. He was 114th overall pick. So I feel bad about giving up on a young guy. He is big. He's 6'3", 211 pounds. But if he can turn...
Yeah, but 4th rounder, I mean...
Yeah.
You're probably looking realistically at a number 5, number 6 defenseman at best, so it's not going to hurt us that badly, even if he does turn into something. Yeah, it's probably not going to be anything that great.
I wonder... I'm just going to try something here just before I send them that offer. And see... I got lots of picks here, so let's try to see if they'll take a 6th round. Probably isn't enough, it says. So let's put the 5th back in and offer that trade. The offer is too weak. You have to increase your offer to make this possible. Thoughts, Jeff?
Okay, so we're, I think, testing their patience here a little bit. I think we're going to have to give them a little more.
All right. Well, I don't... Maybe we should be looking at somebody else then. Someone who could help us more long term, since he is 30.
Yeah, I mean, there's somebody like Jack Johnson in Columbus. I think he's 20. No, wait, no, sorry, wrong Johnson. Eric Johnson, Colorado.
No.
But somebody, roughly what you want is somebody on a non-contending team that's not going to want them for the playoffs, and probably a high-end contract since we've got a lot of cap room to play with, and ideally late 20s with a few years to go on the deal.
Yeah, Jack Johnson's got 2 years. That's not bad. So let's make a trade offer for him.
Yeah, you'll have him for next season at least.
So let's look at... Let's maybe try throwing that defenseman in again. And the scout immediately says, I think this is a well-balanced offer. So let's try.
Okay, promising.
Just try throwing in that 5th round pick again and see what happens. Team says, okay, let's make a deal. Please finalize the trade.
Okay, well, we got it. So there's our defenseman.
Winnipeg Columbus complete a trade in our news. Winnipeg GM told reporters, I think this trade is beneficial to everyone, including the players. Well, it's certainly not
Yep,
good.
I think that big $5 million on Columbus is probably got a limited payroll, so they're not crazy about that contract. So we get a decent player at pretty marginal cost to us right now.
Yeah, so we have... Is Tyler... No. Oh, Tyler Myers is a left-handed defenseman now. Okay, that would explain that. So let's take Mark Stewart.
Well, right-handed. He's right-handed, but he's playing the left side.
Yeah. Let's take... we'll scratch Mark Stewart for the moment. Although he is an assistant captain. Actually, maybe I'll dress him then. And I'll scratch Toby Enstrom, because I don't want him getting hurt if I'm going to try and trade him.
Yeah, good point.
And I will dress Jack Johnson. So let's get him in the lineup. Oh, okay, right. So we have Jack Johnson coming in.
And, probably move somebody over to the right side. Although they'll do that on their own quick enough if you're putting them in there in the lines.
Yes.
Particularly Myers, because he's right-handed to begin with. And
Myers is back on the right side.
Right-handed defenseman. Yeah.
Power play, we could put her 4-on-4. Bufflin, Morrissey, Myers, Trouba. Why is Trouba on the left side there? Bring Mark Stewart down, put him in. Penalty kill, still put Mark Stewart back in. Shouldn't have removed him. Alright, so there we go. We have redistributed how everything is, and we seem to be doing okay. So Jack Johnson slides in as our number 2 left-handed defenseman, playing with Dustin Bufflin. Stewart continues to play with Myers. I like it. What do you think?
Yeah. Looks good. You may want to go on the roster screen to Myers, right-click on him, and switch his position over, just the one that's displayed to right defense.
Okay, so how do I do that? If I click Tyler Myers' name?
Go over to roster first, the roster view.
Roster. My bad. And okay, so I'm at Tyler Myers.
And just right-click on him, and you'll see you'll get the player menu, and everybody can see we finally got this working in your broadcast now, so they can see the pop-ups when you use one of them.
Yes, we got the
boxes.
boxes.
You can change position to right defense.
It is great. So we got everybody set up where we need to.
Yep, unless you want to put a different, what number is Johnson wearing? Would he get assigned automatically?
Great question. He is wearing jersey number. Now you can't see all the jersey numbers. It's not okay. Number 7.
Just click on him and it'll...
Yeah.
What do you get?
Number 7.
Not real. Sort of a defenseman number, not really.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if the Jets have had a number 7 before.
Nobody really springs to mind. Not a defenseman, at least. Did Hedberg wear 7 in the WHA, I think? I want to say that.
He might have. I'm not sure. Let's move his number to, what do you think, a 48?
Yeah, come on. You got to give him a single-digit one. Give him 3 or 4 or 6.
4 was Paul Postma. Let's give him number 3. Feel good about it. All right. So let's advance to our next day then. As we pull off a major coup by getting a good trade. And it's always good to know that we have that open roster spot for that exact reason.
Yep.
So New Jersey and Canadians agree to a deal. Mark Piersk and Michael McNiven go for Joseph Blondesi. Okay. Playing in the
We'll start seeing a few more deals as we head up to the trading deadline and
as
teams get a little more active. Hopefully we get a good offer for one of those guys that we've got out there. So we got Perot is up, and so is Anstrom.
Yeah. I'm not sure I want to get rid of Perot, but he's possible. We have Nick Patan screaming in the minors. He's still not playing. So we could get rid of him. Just taking a quick look at our depth charts. I was just curious where Jack Johnson finished. Ahead of Josh Morrissey, but ahead of Toby Enstrom. So that's good.
Yep, good solid top four guy.
Yeah, Andrew Copp's so far down in our centers, but that's okay. He's playing better. And coming along. What does he have this year? He's at 5 goals and 6 assists, so not bad. Alright, so we have a game versus Dallas. So what should we do? Should we sim this game or play it?
Well, Johnson's first game. Let's have a look and see how he does.
Alright. Just taking a quick check. Everybody's fitness is at 100. Perfect. Play a game. And so we'll just see how things are going here. Hopefully Michael Hutchison plays better than he has the last couple games for us.
Well, he was just coming off an injury too. He hurt his shoulder, so
Oh yeah, that's right.
maybe he'll settle down a little bit now.
Well, he can't do any worse. Shot 6-4 early on, not bad. And we're winning the faceoff department. That rarely happens. Had a good play here by, or sorry, not a good play on here. A good solid win by the New York Islanders tonight. Open up their series.
Yep, and it looks like Nashville's up 1-0 on Anaheim in the first.
That's a little bit surprising.
I'm kind of hoping the Predators were my preseason Cup pick, so hoping they could make it out there because we already lost the EHM predicted Rangers. So I'd like to keep somebody in there, and
Yeah.
your Flyers pick is out too, so we're not exactly on a roll in that department.
Yeah, so we had Andrew Ladd. Andrew Ladd scored, Austin Matthews, and Kyle Connor. As we get, the Flyers didn't play bad by any means. They just probably got against a really hot team. And that was a tough go for them. They did play well.
I mean, of all the teams to run into in the first round this year, Washington's the last one you want to see.
Yeah.
And I mean, they still had one game where North got the what was it, 44 saves. So they didn't do too bad. They did a little bit better than I expected.
Yeah. Well, that's it's a tough situation too with the owner passing. There's a lot of pressure on that team. So we'll see how it goes. And we're out shooting Dallas badly, which is good. They are much worse than we are, so take a quick look as the first period ends here in a few seconds. But we just keep trying to score. Oh, Austin Matthews adds another goal. Up 2-0 now. 16th goal of the season. Assisted by Scheifele and Ehlers. Nice, powerful line. And at the end of the first. Okay, so let's take a look at the box score here really quick. Jack Johnson's played 5-10. 4 seconds shorthanded. 1 hit. Can't complain too much about that. And we'll move on to period 2. Hopefully our team continues to play as well as they have. I'm actually watching the WHL hockey series too with Brandon playing Red Deer right now. It's been a very interesting series.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about WHL right now. Kelowna Rockets down 3-0 in the second round.
Well, we have to talk
they got
about
the miracle
it.
in the first round, and then yeah. I was kind of hoping we'd run into you guys in the final, because that would have been fun for this.
You know,
But not looking like it. I think they're
very well.
Yeah, Kelowna's kind of. Yeah, I'm sorry, they've done well to make it this far, but I think they're going out pretty shortly. It looks like it's just checking the scores now. 0-0 Kelowna and Seattle in the first, and Brandon's up 2-1 on Red Deer.
Oh, that's good. It's always tough for those players. I mean, Brandon dominated, I think, the first 2 games and then got destroyed last night, 6-2. So you never know quite what's going to happen. But Brandon's got a good team and developed a little bit quicker than they thought, too, which is kind of interesting.
Yep, same with Kelowna. They kind of took a little bit more of a step forward than anybody expected last year, and weren't quite as good this season, but it's been 2-3 really good seasons when we weren't necessarily expecting a big push.
Well, Brandon, Ivan Provorov kind of changed the way how things were going last year and this year.
Yeah.
I mean, they were kind of building this whole team around Stelio and Mathos. Now he's almost a side piece on it right now, so that tells you where they are. And that was just pure luck they got him, and hopefully he turns out. He looks like he could be a good hockey player in the future.
Yeah, definitely. We're still up 2-0 here.
Yeah.
Not looking too bad.
Lots of shots. You can see over here are giveaways, though we have 9-5, so that's not great. Takeaways we're 7-5 though, so that's okay. Slightly out hitting them, staying out of the penalty box, and Nick Ehlers just scored for us. 22nd goal of the season, assisted by Wheeler and Cobb. Nice.
Pretty nice first game for Johnson. We haven't taken a look at his stats yet, but have a look in there at the end and see how he did. But
he had a good first period.
Definitely no complaints so far.
Wow. Well, we didn't give up a lot to get him, which is something I always like.
Yep.
Click play. We're at 28 shots to 17. Faceoffs 30-22 for us. That's surprising. 31-22 now. That was something that went very bad for us last year, which we just could not win faceoffs, much like the real Jets. And I gotta admit, I am very excited for Saturday. Are you?
Excited but not optimistic. I keep running that draft simulator thing, and I actually got the Canucks with the number 1 overall once. But don't ask me how many times I tried to get that to happen. We usually wind up dropping right out of the top 3.
Well, that happens. The weekly morning show in Winnipeg for TSN, for those maybe not in Canada, is Canada's ESPN, I guess is the best way to say it. And the Dallas just scored, so it's 3-1. And they have put radio stations up across the country. But anyways, the morning show they do a simulation every morning, and today's was Vancouver got the first overall pick, and I think it was Columbus got number 2, and Winnipeg somehow got 3. And that would be interesting.
Not too bad. No Oilers, so that's good.
Or Toronto.
Yeah. I mean, Toronto even wouldn't upset me that much, but the Oilers do not need another number 1 overall.
Well, I don't. If they got number 1, if it's me and I kind of think Shirley half thinks this way. You trade down. You get your defenseman you need, and then.
Yeah, because I mean the top 6 are pretty solid overall, but although if it's a defenseman they're looking for, Chikrin's the only real guy.
Yeah, so
a guy who could finish and play next
down
year
to something, and pick up a defenseman.
Whoever wants Austin Matthews that badly enough to,
Yeah.
give him something in return for moving up 4 or 5 picks.
Yeah, get a defenseman, their first rounder, and maybe a prospect. It's not out of the realm of possibility. I said, even at this, I'm kind of, as a Winnipeg fan, licking my chops a bit too, since Chicago got eliminated in round 1. We got that 22nd or 23rd overall pick now, instead of it being at the end of the first round. So that might be...
Yeah, that's kind of nice.
Incentive. Oh, clicked on the wrong thing. Oops. Left. So let's click here to see our game stats. Austin Matthews finished...
3-1 win.
Yeah, finished with 1 goal, 1 assist. Spezza finished second with 1 assist. That seems wrong, but okay. And Nick Ehlers, 1 goal, 1 assist for third stars. Penalty minutes.
So how did Johnson do?
And just taking a look down here. Jack Johnson, game rating of 70. 1 block shot.
Yeah, nice solid start.
0 penalty minutes, 1 hit, 1 takeaway. 15:46 total time on ice. And $1.20 shorthanded.
So yeah, pretty good, all things considered, and you got to like the result. Kept their shot total low, and
yeah, nothing wrong with that.
little penalty killing time for him. Yep, all around pretty nice.
Yeah. Okay, so it's.
I think we just let this go for a few more. Let it get a little closer to the trading deadline, see if we get any interesting offers, or if we maybe want to make one more deal before when we get really close. But I wouldn't jump into another deal right away. Because if we get an injury or something that we need to fix before we go into the playoffs, we might have to make a deal for that.
Yeah. Well, we only have. There's 2 days to the trade deadline. The trade deadline's the 1st, so.
Oh, I thought. Oh, yeah, you're in February only has 27 days.
Yes. March 1st
Adding
is our trade
a week
deadline.
and counting wrong.
And of course, the game decides to say Scott Hartnell gets injured. Anders Lee gets injured. Plantar fasciitis. Ooh, rough. Anders Lee.
Still better than breaking his leg like he did in real life here this year.
Yeah. Chronic back soreness. Out 4 weeks. All right.
So, I mean, everybody talking about the Islanders and Lightning. Everybody's focused on Stamkos, but the Islanders are a mess with injuries right now.
Yes, they are.
They got a bunch of guys either playing hurt or not playing at all.
They are quite lucky that Thomas Greiss has been playing as well as he has.
Yeah, with the lockdown.
Yeah. So I just simmed through our Philly versus Winnipeg game, and we won 2-1 despite getting outshot 34-25. Looking at our box score here.
Wins a win.
Andrew Ladd's #1 star with a goal. Voracek is 2nd star with 1 assist. Hutchison is 3rd star with 33 saves. We had less penalty minutes, more hits, and way more takeaways, and way more faceoff wins. Those are all stats I like. Johnson picks up his first point. Grabbing an assist. Going +1, 1 shot on goal, 1 missed shot, 1 block shot, 2 hits, 1 takeaway, 1 giveaway. 24 shifts for 18:31, 11 seconds on power play. 2:09 shorthanded. So who did he get the assist on?
Did a little bit of everything in that game.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see. Why am I not seeing this? Oh, because I'm looking in the wrong spot. That would be why. He assisted on the first goal with Kyle Corner. Oh, man, that's just bad.
There we go.
Perfect. Nothing wrong with that. Gotta like those stats. He looks like a better and better pickup for us. So we have one more day before we should start really looking hard at a trade. If we want to trade somebody.
Yeah, and we may get somebody coming to us as well, so we
Sully
see.
on tap on our stream says, Copp turns into a monster in my game. He eventually becomes my first line center.
Wow.
And we have a trade offer, so let's take a look. John Klingberg's
Yeah,
out.
there we go. Oh,
And what do we get offered?
Stars.
They want to give us Johnny Oduya for Drew Stafford.
Sorry, guys. Got a defenseman already.
Yeah, and I definitely don't want to trade for a former Winnipeg Jet. Reject deal. All right. That was good. Is Drew Stafford on my trade block? Oh, he is. He's a free
Oh,
agent.
did we put him on? I didn't think we did. Oh, that's why?
Yeah. I'll just leave him on there in case we do get a good offer. Because the trade deadline's on the 1st. I can still go to the 1st, right? Before having to worry about a trade. So let's move there and see if we need to pick someone up. Sully on tap again on our stream says, "Ha! Nice try, Dallas." That's a nice sneaky trade. They should have tried to go after Chicago with that trade. Chicago might have been okay with that. And we'll see if we can come
And
up
hopefully we get an offer here.
Yeah, we did not get an offer. Interesting.
Okay, you're going to have to go. So are we happy with what we've got, or do we need to pick up one more guy for the playoff run?
Well, I'm more wondering if I should just try and move Mr. Enstrom. 2 years left on his deal. We picked up a new left-hand defenseman. What do you think?
We can do that. I mean, I like our defensive depth with him around.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering what happens if we get into the playoffs. We get one defenseman goes down, and we're back to being right back where we were.
Well, just take a quick look at our minor leagues.
Use Chris Summers.
We have Brandon Kitchen's probably the best guy to call up. Or Ben Sherrod. Got a few other guys who might turn into something, but we don't know. Alright. Unless... Okay, sorry. What if we tried to move Matthew Perreault? He's not happy. He's playing 4th line. Nick Patan's in the minors. Fairly angry.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to move, maybe package him and Enstrom and try to pick up somebody really good.
All right, well, let's see who we could get who's really good. How about if we tried to bring the Winnipeg boy back of Jonathan Toews?
That's probably being a little too optimistic.
Well, let's make a trade offer here and see what happens. What's the worst they say? No, not a chance. Just putting in Enstrom, we get, it's hardly likely they will accept that offer. Alright, well, let's add. I'm just throwing Drew Stafford in there too for fun. And Matthew Perreault. Probably have to throw somebody who's got a little bit of potential. See if there's anyone. How about this guy right here? Julien Gauthier. And what if I threw in a 2nd round pick? This is so much.
It's probably not going to work just because the way the trade logic works, the Hawks know that they're going to have to use roster spots on these guys that are sort of,
Yeah.
3rd, 4th liners, so it's not really going to improve their overall picture that much.
Well, I'm just going to throw it out there. We'll see what happens. This
Worth
is an
a shot.
interesting
Not
offer.
even sure how the Hawks are playing this year.
Interesting offer, but you need to increase your offer a little. Well, I'm not giving up a 1st round pick. So, nah. Who else could we target? How about Edmonton? Probably got somebody at Edmonton we could take, right?
And as usual, the Oilers are near the bottom of the league, so they got no worries about the playoffs.
What about if I took Connor McDavid? Do you think I could pry him away? How about Ryan?
Not wildly optimistic about your chances there because he's going to be on a small contract still and huge potential. Or I'd be very surprised if you'd have an easier time getting Daves.
Ryan Nugent Hopkins. That could be someone who would come.
That's a possibility.
Let's take a look, poke at him, see what happens. They have a weakness on left defense. Oh, here we go.
That's convenient.
Edmonton GM Peter Shirley. This offer is not interesting and has no basis for negotiations. Very
okay, well, maybe not then.
Oh, adding Matthew Perreault, and Scout says it's hardly likely they will accept this offer. Alright, well, let's see if I throw in a second round pick. And an extra 7th round pick. Nope, seems like it won't happen either. Darn.
Maybe take a try at Jordan Eberle.
Jordan Eberle.
Good clutch guy for the playoffs. And
let me just look here for
he's on a big contract.
My lines. So he would be coming in to maybe push. Now I could try and move Joel Armia out. That might work too. Let's see if we can maybe do that then.
Yeah, I kind of like that. So I mean, he's probably going to push. Eberle would, at a minimum, push Stafford down to the 4th line.
Yeah, that wouldn't be bad. So Eberle
gives us a lot of scoring depth.
Sully on tap says may have to throw in a draft pick or a top prospect. Well, we're trying.
Yeah, more than likely.
Let's see if we can add Enstrom again. And Joel Armia. He is a pretty high prospect. I think this is a well-balanced offer. Armia and Enstrom for Eberle. Should I try and offer it? See what happens?
I'd almost want to see if we can squeeze another mid-round draft pick out of him. Seems like we're giving up a little bit more than they are.
Oilers? No, not right.
Although Enstrom's got that contract.
Well, let's look at a 4th round pick. That's not theirs. It says I don't think they will accept that offer. What if I offer them?
Okay, forget that then.
A 7th round pick. And I get it's a
probably not
well-balanced
going
offer.
to make a huge difference.
Offer trade. This offer is interesting, but you have to increase your offer. All right.
I'd maybe just pull the draft picks out of that entirely and see if they go for it.
All right, offer trade. They still want to increase the offer. What if I offer them my 4th round pick? And I see if I can take their 5th round pick. Now, let's see. Have to increase our offer a little. What if I add that 7th round pick then?
Might not be enough.
Increase the offer a little. 2 7th round picks. They will make the deal for the 2 7th round picks. So Enstrom Armia, a 4th, a 7th, and Carolina 7th for Jordan Eberle and a 5th round pick.
Oh, we did get the 5th. I thought we were still okay. Yeah, that makes more sense. Huh? Yeah, no, sounds good to me.
All right. Finalized trade. Darnell Nurse is on waivers.
I think after making that deal, you can.
I can pick up Nurse too.
Yeah, well, you're not. There's somebody's probably going to claim him ahead of you.
Well, I'm going to try.
You're first in the league, remember?
Enstrom Eberle. General manager says, "This was a good swap for all concerned." All right. Let's take a look at my roster.
Looks like Nurse isn't developing too well. He's only 3 stars, 3.5 potential, so he's kind of not panning out as well as I would have hoped.
Well, he'd be okay for a Chris Sumner's replacement. All right, so
yeah, he's a number 7 guy.
Jordan Eberle, which we will dress. We're gonna move Stafford down. Put Eberle on the wing. And just taking a quick look here. So I need to redo my depth chart.
Other nice thing with Eberle is we get a little more leadership.
Yeah, so I got 5 on 4. I need a new left winger, and 5 on 3. I need a new right winger. Sully on tap says, "There you go." That was a good trade. Interesting trade. We'll see if it pans out. Certainly not going to hurt us. Should we give Eberle some power play time?
Yeah, I'd say.
All right. So we're going to switch him in wings and put him on the left wing for the power play. And then back on the right wing. I'm going to switch those guys around now. And
the other thing we want to do, since we're going to be past the trading deadline, is take Perot off the trading block for now. It'll make him a little bit happier if he's not being shopped around when we can't really move him anyhow.
Remove from trade block. I'll maybe take Drew Stafford off for the same reason.
Yeah, we've moved Armia, so he's got... Well, he's in free agent at the end of the year anyhow. He's probably going, but basically our rental to ourselves. We'll keep him around for the playoff run, and that's going to be it.
Who was? Sorry?
Stafford.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's okay. See, personally, I would really be okay if the NHL adopted an NFL approach to draft or to picks. Like the NFL, if you're not familiar with it, if you have your own guys who you've drafted and developed go to free agency, you get a compensation pick, and that starts in the 3rd round. And depending on how the player plays the next year, you get a pick. So if, for instance, say who's somebody's coming up for free agency this next year, I'm trying to think. Okay, so
Yeah,
take though, like say it's Andrew Ladd.
Yep.
And he'd been playing with the Jets all year. They let him go to free agency. He ends up signing with, and personally I think a really great fit for him would be with the Edmonton Oilers. He goes and plays in Edmonton, ends up getting, 65 points. The Jets then would probably get a 3rd round pick at the end of the 3rd round for keeping him and letting him go.
How does the NFL quantify how good the player is playing, though? Is it just a games played thing, or
it's to do with
are there actual
stats.
statistical measures?
Yeah, it's very statistical.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yeah. It's I'm not great with numbers on that for knowing exactly what the formula you use, but it has to be someone who's drafted. It's not the same for undrafted free agents. And if you release a guy, you don't get the pick either. Also,
yeah, that makes
the
sense.
free agents you bring in are also affect your draft stock as getting those extra picks as well. So, if Edmonton signed, say, Andrew Ladd, they would lose their chance at getting a guy or getting that draft pick because of it if they let somebody else go. Does that make sense?
Yep, I get it.
2 guys in the box. That's not good.
Still nothing, at least.
Yeah, well, they're out shooting us. It's gonna. Oh no, they scored. We got back-to-back games here. It's 5 on 3, so it's not shocking they scored.
Yeah. It's kind of an ugly schedule. We're in Winnipeg one night and then have to play in St. Louis the next.
Well, that's about how the Jets schedule is and has been going. We're getting badly outshot, though. That's got to change. And they successfully killed off a penalty. That's not good. Face-offs are even giveaways. 5 Montreal, 0 for Winnipeg.
They're trying to give it to us, but we're not doing anything with it.
Yeah. Maybe losing Joe Armia hurt us a
Look,
little.
those shots from us, too. Everything is
From the point.
the closest we got is like the the really high slot.
Alright, so I'm going to skip through the second period. And understand what just happened. Alright, let's try this again. Sim end period. Either scored, it's 1-1. Gallenchuk scored again on the power play. So it is 2-1 at the end of the second. Shots of 25-24 for them. Faceoffs were down by 1. Hits were up. Penalty minutes though. We are getting killed on penalties. Alright, let's play the third here and see what happens.
Seem to be improving a little as the game goes on.
Yeah.
Oh, staying out of the penalty box may have a bit to do with that.
Well, we got to stay out of the penalty box. It's going to hurt us very badly.
I mean, it's not like we've got a particularly physical team either. We're not like the 80s version of the Jets game we play where we've got Jimmy Mann fighting 3 times every game.
Yeah. Well, with our recent draft, that'll have changed things a lot as well. Adding a bunch of guys.
Yeah, we're...
And seeing if we can get a little bit more improvement on there.
Yeah, always nice to be able to build around Paul Coffey.
Yep. And Dave Babbage.
Yep.
That's a nice 3-4 pairing defenseman we have now. And unfortunately, we lost the game to Montreal. Well, let's see how our 2 new players did. I know he got 1 penalty.
Look at Montreal, they're first in the Atlantic, they're close to first in the Atlantic right now. Having a pretty good year.
Jack Johnson played 14:58. +1, 1 shot on goal, 1 missed shot, 2 penalty minutes though, 1 hit.
Hasn't really had a bad game yet.
Our new friend, Jordan Eberle, 3 shots on goal, 1 missed shot, 1 block shot, 1 hit, 12:48 played. Not bad.
Yeah, so the new guys are showing up.
There's actually nobody in the minuses because of our penalties.
Yeah, it looks like our 4th line didn't do so great, but other than that, it was a pretty solid game.
Yeah, seeing here we got Josh Morrissey played 23 minutes.
Wow, look at the game score on 8 blocked shots.
Yeah, all over the place.
Crazy.
Well, if he's playing 20, he probably got a lot of penalty kill time. That's why.
Yeah, that's why if we hadn't gotten those, though, it might look how much we would have been outshot by if he wasn't doing that.
Yeah.
That would have put us up to 40 shots against.
Well, let's advance here and see if we somehow got Darnell Nurse.
Not counting on it, but it'd be nice.
Yeah, not counting on it, but you never know. Crazier things have happened.
I remember looking at Nashville's roster, and they were a bit of a mess on D, so...
Oh, we got
right
him.
near the bottom of the league.
Sully on tap.
We got him, huh?
Decent first few games for Eberle. Seems like he was active in that game. Well, yeah, does seem like that. Wow, we got Eberle. So...
Nurse, you mean?
You like... Or, sorry, yeah. Oh, no, we got Eberle too. But yes, Darnell Nurse.
Oh, we did. We did get Eberle, but we didn't. We got Nurse for nothing. So
Yes.
Probably send Chris Summers down to the AHL end.
Well, we have roster room right now, so it's not a panic.
Oh yeah, we still got that open spot. I forgot about that.
So we got Arizona St. Louis made a swap. Jarrett Stoll for Robert Bertuzzo. Well, that's okay across. And we got
Canadians
some trades.
loading up for the playoffs.
Mark McMillan for John Nyberg. Okay. Sergei Bobrovsky for Josh Bailey. Islanders a little desperate there?
Yeah, what's going on with... they're actually near the top of the Metropolitan Division, so it looks like they want goalie for the playoffs.
Sully on tap. Nice pickup on Nurse. Hey, That's why we watch the waiver wire. You never know what's going to happen. Brad Richardson to Columbus for Dalton Prout. All right. Blackhawks County. Trevor Van Riemsdyk moves to Arizona for Matt Martin. Huh. Surprise, surprise. Mike McCarron goes to New York for Roman Polak. I don't understand that trade whatsoever.
Montreal's contending. They want a veteran defenseman, I guess.
I guess, but wow. Board confidence. Mark Chipman thinks this season is a great success so far, and the team is in outstanding shape. The last few weeks, the team play is good, but you need to ensure the team remains successful. In the last month, your record drops to 8-6-0. For a long-term perspective, Mark Chipman is satisfied with your work as general manager. Now, let's just take a look at owner confidence here. This bar tells us how good we are. Well, we're not at the top, but we are in green. At the start of the season, when things were going rough, we were actually hovering down to much closer to getting fired, so I consider this a win.
Yeah, I think it's definitely a big improvement.
Now, we had back-to-back games, so I'm going to put Connor Hellebuck in net. Got some buff ones down to... Got some guys not at 100% fitness, but I don't feel like messing with my rosters. Ooh, Darnell Nurse is super
Yeah, it's not going to hurt you too badly just having a couple of them like that.
No, super happy to be here, apparently.
Well, he wasn't doing much in Edmonton, so gives him a second chance. I don't think he's going to push anybody off the starting roster here, except maybe Stewart. If Stewart goes downhill a little bit next year.
Yeah, well, looking at our depth chart, he is coming in as a 7th defenseman, so that's good.
Yeah, right about where he should be.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with that.
Stewart will go downhill. Stewart's 32, so he's going to decline a little, and he'll just step into that number 6 role. Well, we've got a couple of decent prospects below him, Peak and Lindgren, and
yeah. All right, I'm going to sim past this game. Maybe if it lets me. Well, there's nothing wrong with Darnell Nurse. I like that for a nice pickup for us for just some additional depth. Oh, we lost 4-1 to St. Louis. Yeah. Rough.
Ouch.
What happened? 54 shots to 21. That'll do it.
Yeah, wow.
What happened? Jack Johnson's 86 game rating, 3 block shots. Josh Morrissey, 5 block shots. Mark Stewart, though, bad game. But he wasn't on the ice a huge amount.
Yeah, but I mean, say Stewart, we just picked up a young defenseman who's arguably better than you. Not exactly the best time to have a bad game.
Yeah, no, that's a rough time to go.
Not helping your job security there, buddy.
Well, we can see our face-offs. We just got destroyed. Lowry, Perreault, Brian Little.
That's Shifley, 6 and 17. Oof. That's where we fell apart.
That hurts a lot. Nothing too outstanding, though. Just kind of 10 penalty minutes to 10 penalty minutes. So nothing drastic, but maybe a few of those were on the power play. That's too bad.
Yeah, just Crosby, like they threw a lot more at our net than we did at theirs.
Crosby's done for 4 weeks.
At least we had the backup in for that game. We didn't screw up starter's confidence.
I'll be putting him right back in.
Yeah.
And we'll just go back. Keep our eyes open on waiver in case somebody else shows up.
Probably won't. Now that the trading deadline's passed, there's going to be less, fewer guys moving around, less roster shuffling.
Artemi Panarin. Brad Richardson and Ben Smith are on waivers. All 3-star guys.
Yeah, but I think he started this one before we re-rated Panarin, so he's going to be a little worse in the game than he actually is.
Well, we could do some editing on him, but...
Yeah, yeah, he's having a terrible year. He may have gone into decline already because this is 2017.
Yeah, 4 goals, 5 assists. Who knows what he was playing, though? He might have been playing 4th line there.
Yeah, that would be my bet.
Very little. And we'll just keep going. Rangers pick him up. That seems appropriate somehow. And Henrik Sedin is now gone for 4 weeks. Having a decent year. Not spectacular, but not bad. 63 games played, 49 points.
Yeah, although it looks like Daniel isn't on the Canucks anymore. What's happened? Did he retire?
Oh, let's take a look. Use the search engine.
Yeah, oh, he's hurt. He's injured. So both Sedins are out hurt. Daniel's got a strained rib cage, and yeah, he's not having much of a year.
Okay, well, here's a question for you. I'm not a huge Vancouver fan, so I'm just going to start playing this game versus the Islanders because, we want to see how this goes. Has it been often that both of the brothers have been hurt at the same time?
Nah, super rare.
Yeah, I'm trying
and Daniel, Henrik's got occasional back issues, but Daniel's been pretty much bulletproof.
Yeah, occasionally one goes out, but it's not very often that both are out at the same time.
Yeah, no, it's rare. Henrik had a long game streak earlier on in his career, and he's been a little more fragile since then. But yeah, Daniel, neither one of them gets hurt that often. Great conditioning for both guys.
Yeah. Okay, 7 minutes in, we're outshot 7-3 already. Oh, I forgot Alex Burmistrov's with them. Let's just take a look, see what he's doing. He has 7 goals and 25 assists. 32 points.
He's actually not doing too badly this year. He's developing nicely.
I should actually look.
You just dumped him for draft picks, didn't we? Didn't you?
Can I see their lineup somehow or no? Or I had to do it before?
In the middle of the game?
Yeah. I can't do that in the middle. I was just curious what line he was playing on. Well, he's getting quite a bit of time.
Yeah, I'll keep an eye on the. It looks like he's with Clutterbuck, and I just missed it. Changed on me.
Yeah, Ross. He's playing on first line penalty kill with Ross Johnson, so maybe he's playing third line. And there's the first goal of the game. Minors that are canceling each other out, at least 4-on-4 hockey. That hurts. Oh, here we go. Scoring chance for us. Maybe we should have tried to pry John Tavares out of the Islanders. That probably wouldn't have worked very well, though.
Yeah, good luck on that one. Look at the number Burmistrov's wearing.
Let me see.
66.
Oh. I somehow don't think he can wear that anymore.
Actually, I almost think the Islanders would let a guy wear that one just to troll the Penguins fans.
That'd be pretty good. I would not lie. That would be pretty funny. All right, end of the first period. We have been outshot 13-5. That has got to change. Face-offs were up. Giveaways were up on giveaways. That's not good.
So what, everybody takes it easy now that we're past the trading deadline?
I guess so. We're getting out-hit. Out shot blocked. 7 shots missed, though. I'll keep going here, see what happens. While we're playing this game, this is probably our final game, so maybe I'll start doing a little bit of wrap-up here. This stream will be archived on YouTube. You can find it on youtube.com/ootpdevelopments.com, where all of our streams are archived. That is the hockey and baseball ones. You can find us on Twitter, which is @FranchiseHockey. You can find us on Facebook, which is Franchise Hockey Manager. You can come to our official website, which is ootpdevelopments.com, and come hang out on the official forums with us. You can see our Twitch stream live on Wednesdays at 10 p.m. Eastern on our Twitch channel, which is twitch.tv/ootpdevelopments. And next week, as always, we will be going back to the 1981 Jets.
And hopefully with a little more success now that we've got some decent players in the big 81 draft.
And the Jets just scored. Ehlers assisted by Scheifele and Bufflin. Yes, most notably, we now have Paul Coffey rewriting some history.
Yeah, we went from virtually nothing on defense to having Paul Coffey and Dave Babbage as our first pair, so
I think they're
as long as the forwards can score, we might be okay.
I think they're set as our
second. We might be. I can't remember offhand.
Regardless,
they're starting there. They won't be there long, I don't think.
Regardless, we have rebuilt our defense very quickly. And now just need a goaltender and some more offense. And see what we can do. And unfortunately, the Islanders just scored. Louis LeBlanc scored, who I believe is not even in the NHL right now.
Not at the moment. I always like that guy. He always seems to play well when I see him, but whenever I'm not watching him, he doesn't go anywhere.
Well, a lot of pressure on that guy for a long time.
Yeah,
high Canadian draft pick, Frenchman.
Back and go to Montreal. Yeah,
that's tough. Tough on some players. And I am anxiously. All right, end of second period. We are still getting our shots are doubled. Again, they're outshooting us by double, which is not good at all. We have 9 shots blocked, 11 shots missed, and our face-offs and our giveaways are going up. Maybe these Edmonton guys are bringing some giveaways for us. That's not good.
Thinking if Stewart's having another bad game, maybe we give Nurse a little look.
Well, we'll take a look at the end. Jeff, were we completely done with the off season for our Twitch stream next week, or do we have a little bit of off season to go still?
I think we've got a little bit left, but I may just advance the game before we start, and we can start the beginning of the regular season. Right. Not really planning. There's not really any free agents available in the early 80s, so unless there's a trade I could make, I'm not sure there's much of a point in waiting. Although at the rate the historical game goes, it'll sim through that really quickly.
Yeah, I was just trying to think of if there was something else we were planning on doing, but it seems to be slipped my mind. And we continue to work, but we are outshot 15-35 right now. It's amazing it is only 2-1. Michael Hutchison must be saving us completely.
Yeah, we're not really helping our goalies the last couple of games at all.
Oh boy, look at these shots. When we do come back to this game in a couple weeks, we may be a little bit closer to the playoffs. Or quite a bit closer to the playoffs. And see if we can push into the playoffs and get something done.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious to see how we do. We picked up some guys. We got a young team. Just don't get swept in the first round.
Oh, that would be bad.
Or upset, at least.
Yes. Somebody on Twitter was the Red Wings finished in first place overall and proceeded to lose their.
I mean, he's a pretty good candidate. It's worth taking a shot at. It's actually a little better than Nurse.
Well, we also have what's his name as well. All right, so I know I said I was going to go before, but let's sim one more day and see if we somehow got him. Sully on tap at 26. I don't know how much more he'll grow. Jeff, thoughts?
Looks like he's still got a little upside potential. He may not ever make it to that 4 stars, but even if he doesn't, he's still a reasonably good defenseman, and he's good enough to play in our top 6.
Unfortunately, he got
he's
picked
an
up by
upgrade on
Columbus.
Stewart.
So we did.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, so.
All right, so we're still. Oh, we just actually got passed in that day by St. Louis. So we're now tied, but St. Louis is ahead of us apparently. So we have some work to do to hopefully get up and go over 100. Sully on tap.
I think we'll get there. Just a matter of do the Blues get there first.
Ratcast has shown up and says, great vids, Sully. Ah, yes. Well, Victor Sullivan, if you're not familiar with the name, actually comes from another video game who has a sequel coming out early next month. Whew. And Sully on tap says, I appreciate the support from you and from FHM on the videos. We enjoy your videos, Sully on tap, so we will continue to retweet them. I know you have a new one out, and it will be retweeted tomorrow, I would imagine. Thank you very much for coming, and hope you have enjoyed the stream. We stream again every Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern on twitch.tv/OOTP Developments. Please join us live. Brendan Dillon is on waivers from San Jose. 3.5 to a 4.0 potential defenseman. Oh, sorry, he's with Dallas now, apparently. Oh, San Jose. What's going on? I'm looking at the...
No, San Jose, yeah.
3 goals, 8 assists. Not bad.
Yeah, it looks like the Sharks have a bit of a logjam at defenseman. They've got a few guys.
Do you think I should put an offer in for
Yeah.
him?
I mean, he's a pretty good candidate. It's worth taking a shot at. It's actually a little better than Nurse.
Well, we also have what's his name as well. All right, so I know I said I was going to go before, but let's sim one more day and see if we somehow got him. Sully on tap at 26. I don't know how much more he'll grow. Jeff, thoughts?
Looks like he's still got a little upside potential. He may not ever make it to that 4 stars, but even if he doesn't, he's still a reasonably good defenseman, and he's good enough to play in our top 6.
Unfortunately, he got
he's
picked
an
up
upgrade
by
on
Columbus.
Stewart.
So we did.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, so.
All right, so we're still. Oh, we just actually got passed in that day by St. Louis. So we're now tied, but St. Louis is ahead of us apparently. So we have some work to do to hopefully get up and go over 100. Sully on tap.
I think we'll get there. Just a matter of do the Blues get there first.
Ratcast has shown up and says, great vids, Sully. Ah, yes. Well, Victor Sullivan, if you're not familiar with the name, actually comes from another video game who has a sequel coming out early next month. Whew. And Sully on tap says, I appreciate the support from you and from FHM on the videos. We enjoy your videos, Sully on tap, so we will continue to retweet them. I know you have a new one out, and it will be retweeted tomorrow, I would imagine. Thank you very much for coming, and hope you have enjoyed the stream. We stream again every Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern on twitch.tv/OOTP Developments. Please join us live when you can. Thank you for joining me as always, Jeff.
Yep, thanks for being with us, everybody, and we will see you next week, and we go back to the 80s with the older version of the Jets.
All right.